What's going on, guys? Marijn here from Student Aesthetics. Today is Tuesday. I decided to vlog again because today it's pretty much 1 week after I started my cut. So started my cut exactly 1 week ago. So far so good, pretty much. Have been able to stick to the macros. This weekend I did go clubbing, but I did kind of like make up for it and everything, so that was all good. Afterwards I actually weighed lower, so that's cool. Usually one thing about alcohol, by the way, the day afterwards you will weigh a little bit lower because alcohol actually dehydrates you, alright? So a lot of people, when they even binge and drink alcohol, they may weigh the same the next day and they're like, holy shit man, I fucked up, but I didn't fuck up because my weight is the same. That weight may still come on in the next couple days, so that's something you have to take into account. With that said, it also was my birthday yesterday, so I turned 22. Didn't vlog that particular day. It wasn't too exciting either, to be honest. It was International Chess Monday, so that was obviously way more important. So I did eat out the day before, but again, I kind of accounted for that in my macros. I just fasted for the whole day and then I ate out. And that's kind of the thing I want to talk about today is intermittent fasting. So stay tuned. Let's get this vlog started. So intermittent fasting is something most of you are probably familiar with, but I noticed on my last full day of eating, a lot of people actually requested for me to kind of like show how long I fast, how I do intermittent fasting. So quick explanation here, I actually have a detailed video on intermittent fasting, so make sure to check that out. I'll put a link in the description box down below. Intermittent fasting is basically skipping breakfast, fasting for the majority of the day. Very often it's fasting for 16 hours and then having an eating window of 8 hours in which you fit in all your foods for the day. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to building a physique, building muscle, losing fat, it comes down to your daily total caloric and macronutrient intake. Alright, so back in the day, a lot of people thought you had to eat every single 2 hours to speed up your metabolism, to constantly provide your body with nutrients in order to build muscle. Alright, those myths have been debunked right now. There is so much science on this subject, right? But back in the day, a lot of people believed this. Even magazines promoted, you know, not skipping breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Right now, we're in 2017. There has been done a lot of research, and I noticed that even newspapers right now, they switch around the subject. So they have also found out that intermittent fasting can be helpful and can actually be beneficial to your health as well. For me personally, it also has a lot of mental benefits. I do most of my work when I'm fasted. A lot of people are going to be like, hell no, that's not possible. If you're fasted, you're going to die. You're going to starve because you don't have food in your system. You need breakfast in order to have energy. Well, that's fucking wrong, and I'm going to show you guys how it's done. First of all, you will think this is not possible. But once you start it, it's so goddamn easy and it makes your life a whole lot more enjoyable, trust me. There we go. So what I do, I always grab a bottle just where there's nothing in there and then I fill it up with water and I sip on that 1.5 liters. I have it in like literally 10 minutes. So that's really how I start, with a lot of water, and I recommend the same thing for everybody. Like most of you probably watching have to go to university or have to go, you know, to work or to school, anything. You just want to pound down a shitload of water before you actually leave the house. If you don't drink water while you are fasted, you're gonna die, right? Trust me. So that's kind of the problem with people. They think they can do intermittent fasting because they don't drink water and then they try to fast. Well, that's going wrong. You gotta drink a lot of water because when you wake up, your body is not craving for food. It is craving for water, and it kind of feels like the same feeling. So a lot of people think they have to, you know, eat, but they don't. They have to drink. Another thing, you cannot drink orange juices or any, you know, caloric drinks, milk, etc. You have to drink water, alright? Because water doesn't contain calories. Right, so it's about 2 hours later now. So far I've only had water, a shitload of it, but I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna pull out my secret weapon. So I've been working here and I'm gonna work for another couple hours. So this is my office, but as you can see, it's pretty like freaking messy as shit because I moved in this treadmill. So now I still gotta like restructure all that kind of stuff there. But yeah, that's it. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get some coffee going because that is the secret weapon. I try to like postpone the coffee and then have it once I get hungry after I drink a lot of water. And there we go. So that's the first coffee of the day. Alright, so it's a couple hours later, I'm at the gym right now. The reason I haven't been vlogging is because I was kind of like busy and stuff, and then I had to kind of like hectically go to the gym. Stan was waiting here for me. I'm actually going to hit a different workout in Stan, but I'll explain that in a second. I want to talk about the fasting period that I personally have. So what I like to do, today I'm actually training fasted, which is something I normally don't do, but it's 1 o'clock right now. Usually I try to fast until 2 to 3 o'clock, and that fasting period is not something magical, it's just something that I personally like to do. the deeper I get into this cut, the lower my calories will get, and also the longer my fasting period will be. And that is kind of like a trick I have for myself, so that I don't have to like eat smaller meals throughout the day, but it just lower my fasting period so that I can fit in kind of like the same foods in a smaller time frame and have less like the feeling that I'm cutting body fat. And that's kind of like the beauty about intermittent fasting, but I think that's also the beauty about extending that time window the deeper you get into your cut. So that's kind of like a strategy that I like to have. The reason I don't train fasted yet is because I still have enough calories to work with. About 2,650 right now. Last week was 2,750. I dropped it a little bit, but I still have enough calories to work with. So that's why I don't really have to train fasted yet, because I still have enough food to work with. But the deeper I get into my cut, the harder it's going to be to work with my calories. And in that case, I will actually train fasted later into my cut. It's probably only the last couple of weeks. Today's stem simply had to go to the gym right now. So today's going to be a little bit different. But when you train fasted, what's very important is that you have caffeine before the workout. Like I really stressed this morning, water is super important. Caffeine as well, but especially if you hit a workout, alright? So always make sure, I had a pre-workout right now, and I also had some coffee this morning to get me through my fast. So always make sure to have pre-workout, coffee, or caffeine pills, which is a very cheap alternative if you're a student. So let's hit the workout. So the workout I'm hitting today is slightly different than usual, the whole week actually, because I'm recording instructional videos. So I'm doing every single exercise for every single body part. Today is the back day, yesterday I did chest. So you gotta imagine, like yesterday I did every single exercise that pretty much exists for chest, or that I like to do and I have my clients do. So it's not literally every exercise, but a lot of exercise, right? So I'm going very lightweight because the volume is crazy high. I'm doing 2 sets per exercise to kind of like properly show it, so from the front and side or back. And I'm like, I have an insane bump from yesterday, even though I was light as shit. So my body's obviously not used to this amount of volume, so that's pretty crazy. This week is gonna be completely different. The reason I'm actually shooting these instructional videos is because I'm coming out with my own app, Student Aesthetics app, and therefore I want to record every single exercise so that everybody can see how every exercise is properly executed. So that's what I'm doing this week. After this, I'm gonna get back into my regular push-pull leg.
Hold on so tightly together, we are unshakable.
So I just got back from that workout there. As you can see, it wasn't that exciting. Obviously, you have to perform every single exercise, perfect, strict form, to show you guys, you know, the perfect execution of every single exercise. So the plan was to do back, also some rear delts and chest, but I didn't get to it because like back has so many different exercises, angles, variations. So I did like a shit ton of exercises. I'm completely fried actually, even though I went very lightweight. Volume is absolutely insane. So with that said, this whole week's training is gonna be based towards that project. Good thing about recording exercises, you only have to do this once in your life, and then you have all the exercises down, so it's a great thing to do. So I got 3 days left of shooting and then I'm done. My chest is already sore as hell. My back is probably gonna be really messed up tomorrow as well. So I just checked in the fridge and I don't have any food, right? I'm still fasted, so I'm actually gonna go to the grocery store, but in the meanwhile I'm gonna have some food. So this is just 1 protein bar. I got the caramel peanut flavor here for my protein. Okay, so quick run through of some stuff that I got. So first of all, a bunch of vegetables. Then I got some apples, you know, rice, spinach, sauce for my chicken and rice meals, rice cakes, turkey fillet, cherry tomatoes, chicken itself for the proteins, eggs as a protein source as well, some blueberries. I like to put those in my skyr actually. Some gingerbread with 0 sugar, which I like to have from time to time as my carb source. And that's pretty much it. After I've been traveling for 1 month, I told myself I was never gonna eat canned tuna again. But here we are. It's just too goddamn simple, say so much times. What I got here is the whole wheat macaroni, tuna, some green pesto, and cherry tomatoes. So it's about 2 hours later now. I've been working here, and right now I'm gonna do some cardio. So what I like to do, blast some music, and then I'm obviously get the treadmill, put it on. Right, so I got 5.5 kilometers an hour, 12% incline, and I do this for 20 minutes right now, every single day. The cool thing is I actually got Spotify there on my MacBook, but I can also like adjust sound and songs, etc. from my iPhone. Alright, cardio done. One benefit about doing cardio at home is that you can obviously do it shirtless, which is pretty damn cool. But anyway, I'm gonna take a shower right now. Check in with you afterwards. So by now it's 8 o'clock. I'm actually about to get my second meal rolling. So you guys can imagine a second meal at 8 o'clock. Sounds very weird, but that is kind of like the beauty about intermittent fasting. So you save most of your calories for later at night, so that you really like can deal with those cravings, right? A lot of people, they are not really hungry in the morning. Then why would you eat in the morning? Why would you waste those calories when you can put them to use in the evening when everybody's hungry? Everybody wants to be eating at night. All right, it's how the world is. It's how it works. Okay, great story. Anyway, right now, what I'm gonna make. All right, so I got the chicken that I picked up. This is 600 grams. Gonna cook up all of it so I can actually use it for 3 days, which I prefer. Today I found out something. I'm gonna do something differently than I normally do. Believe it or not. So I got 400 grams of veggies here. I noticed that usually I get 250 grams of fresh veggies of this one. That one is €1.50. This one happened to be €2, so it's only 50 cents more expensive. There is like almost double the amount of veggies in here. So I'm just gonna eat a crazy load of veggies with my chicken and rice meal from now on, because it's pretty much as expensive. And veggies don't contain that many calories, so it's amazing during my cutting phase. This is honestly a shitload. It almost doesn't fit in here. Like, wow. One serving. So that was a good meal there, filled me up pretty well because of all of the vegetables, alright? Veggies contain fiber, which is why they are very important during the cutting phase. Not just to get your fiber intake in, but also to remain fulfilled during the day, right? And now with that said, intermittent fasting helps with that as well. So one thing that I kind of want to stress about intermittent fasting in this video is that it's not a magical thing. You know, somehow it is a magical thing, alright? For fat loss, a magical tool, but it does not magically make you burn fat if you use intermittent fasting. Your diet also has to be in check. You have to know what you are doing. And like the 8-hour eating window and a 16-hour fast is not a magical number, all right? That's just something people did. That's just kind of like a guideline, right? It is smart for yourself to set like an eating window, because in that case, you will not binge and you will start eating once the eating window starts. So that is kind of like a good idea. What I'm personally doing right now, my eating window starts at 2 o'clock. Later in this fast, I will kind of postpone it. Today, I did eat a little bit later because I train fasted, which is what I normally don't do. But yeah, so my fasting hours will be a little bit different. I usually eat up until I go to sleep pretty much. So I eat my last meal usually around 11 or 12 o'clock. And then I start eating at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a lot shorter fasting time than most people do with the 16 and 8 hours. But that's how I personally like it. So to give you guys an idea of my personal approach, I'll actually put kind of like my approach on the screen. That's how a normal day would look for me once I wake up until I go to sleep, how I fast and how I get through my fast. And I find this the most enjoyable way of dieting. You can use it as a tool. You can use it later into your diet. You don't have to do intermittent fasting every single day. It's not something you have to do, right? It's pretty much a tool for fat loss, and pretty much just a tool to make it easier for you to adhere to your macronutrient targets. And that is literally it. It's just easier for you to stick to your daily calories if you use intermittent fasting. For a lot of people, not for everybody. It is not for everybody, but for a lot of people it is. And before you try it out, don't say that you cannot go some hours without eating. Just don't tell me it. Try it out yourself first before you tell me anything. Try out the water, like I explained this morning. Try out the coffee or any other source of caffeine and tell me that you cannot do intermittent fasting. It is so simple. First couple days are going to be a little bit harder, all right? I'm not going to lie. The first week may be a little bit hard. But after that, you will adapt to it. I've done it for about a year right now. I haven't done it every single day during the last year. I pretty much did intermittent fasting 70 to 80% of the time because I simply love it. Makes my life easier. And especially on days that I drink alcohol and eat out, I use intermittent fasting. So with that said, I actually want to wrap up this vlog here because I'm about to head out for the night. I have a lot of calories left and macros, obviously, so I'll probably have like one more huge meal, but probably two. I like to have like not too big of a meal, and I think I have like over 1,000 calories left, probably like 1,500. So that will make up for an epic feast, or I could even have alcohol if I wanted to. So that's pretty awesome. In one of the next coming videos, I'm gonna talk more specifically about alcohol as well, and about how you can use intermittent fasting to drink alcohol moderately, etc. How I do it, how you can do it. And I'm gonna share everything with you guys. So if you guys thought this video was kind of like informative on intermittent fasting, or if you just enjoyed the vlog, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel for more videos because a lot of new content is coming. As always, thank you guys for watching and peace out. Catch you in the next one.